What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Learn the Language, and this is lesson 3 of our introduction to C++. In this video, we're going to talk about math. Everybody's favorite thing. Yay! But seriously, programming has a lot to do with math. Now, luckily for us, you don't have to be good at math because your computer is going to do all the work for you. You just have to know how to do it. Especially, you get more into complex algebra, geometry, trig. You don't have to figure it out yourself. You just have to know the formulas. But we're not going to do anything crazy like that today. So this is exactly where we left off. I'm just going to erase all of this. So let's just start simple. There are different things you can do, and I'm just going to type this out. You can add with the plus symbol. You can subtract with the minus symbol. You can multiply. This bugs me that it jumps around like that. Multiply with the star. And of course you can divide with the forward slash. Today we're going to do just some simple math. Now, let's do something simple. Let's create two variables. Let's create an integer called num1, and we're going to go ahead and set it here. So to go ahead and set it, we're going to say num1 equals 5, and don't forget your semicolon. Then we're going to make another integer num2, and we're going to set that equal to 10. Now let's go ahead and make a third one, a third variable, integer sum. And that's not going to have, we don't know what the sum of these is yet. I mean, obviously this is easy math, but let's pretend we don't know the answer. So int sum, we'll just leave it there. So now we want to calculate what that is. So what we're going to do is we're going to say sum equals num1 plus num2 and a semicolon. And now we want to display that answer to our screen. So we're going to cout sum. Let's put our inline character and system pause. I spelled that incorrectly. Let's build this, make sure I didn't mess anything up. And we have a succeed. Let's go ahead and run this. And 15 is our answer. Press any key to continue. Now, indeed, 5 plus 10 is 15. So let's change this up. Let's go 4,532 plus 7,696. Let's run that. I don't know what the answer is there right off the top of my head, but I'm sure the computer's smarter than I am. And we have 12,228. And you can get out your calculator and check it, but I'm almost sure that's right. So that is addition. Pretty easy to do. We're creating a variable of int type called num1, setting it to some value, creating another variable called num2, which is number, if you haven't figured that out, and we're going to set it to another value, and we're creating a variable that we're going to store this information in. We're going to store the sum of num1 and num2 into this variable here, and then we're just going to display that to the screen using cout, which is pretty simple. So let's try subtraction. And just to make this easier, because sum obviously won't make sense here, and I don't want to change this every time, so we're just going to change this to answer. So we got to change this to answer, and we also need to change it here to answer. And you'll see my IntelliSense comes up, and go ahead, it puts it here, so you can just click that, double click it. That's what it is. Okay, so now let's subtract that. So Let's just put a minus symbol here, and let's run that. And our answer is negative 3,164. So let's make this a little more intuitive. Let's get it to display some information here. So we know what each one of our numbers is. So let's just move this down a little bit. So let's see out num1 and put our inline characters. Let's see out num2 and put our inline character. Then let's see out we'll just leave that alone. We'll come back to that. Actually, no. Yeah, we won't. Yeah, we'll just leave that alone. So this way we can see all of our numbers and the answer. So let's just run that again. So there, now it's displaying this is our first number, our second number, and then the answer. Awesome. And as you can imagine, multiplication, just put a star there. And whew, that's a big number. That's what it is. And it's, same thing with division. Just put a forward slash. Now these are ints, so we won't get the decimal or any remainders or anything like that. It's going to be a whole number. 0. Which is actually the correct answer. Now let's just get rid of some of this. Actually, let's get rid of, see, delete all this. And let's let the user set the number. So let's go down here, and you remember how to use cin. So let's prompt the user. We're going to see out, quotations, we'll say, please enter the first number. See out, or no, I'm sorry, cin. We're going to cin num1. See out please enter the second number. Then we're going to cin to num2. See out. Let's say, how can we do this? Let's do see out num1 Gotta make sure I do this right. Num1, put quotations there because we want to put the minus. So space minus. Okay, so let's finish this. I almost made a boo-boo. Num2 space equals space. Just type along and we'll go back. I'll go back and explain. And equals answer. And then we'll put our inline character. Now come back. I made a mistake. Come back behind num2 here. And we need to actually do our calculations. So num1 minus. No. I'm sorry, guys. It's one of those days. Answer equals num1 minus num2. Okay, so what's happening here is we're going to see out. We're going to prompt the user to enter the first number. We'll store that information into num1. And here we're going to prompt the user to enter a second number, and using cn we'll store that into num2. We're going to go ahead and calculate what the answer is. We're going to subtract num2 from num1. Then we're going to see out the first number they entered. It's actually going to read out just how you'd imagine. It's going to say num1 minus num2 equals whatever the answer is. So let's hit F7 and build that to make sure I didn't mess anything up. And it succeeds. So let's run it and see what happens. There may be some formatting issues here. I'm not sure if maybe I should have put in some inline characters. I'm not sure. First number, we'll do 25. Oh, there we go. 25. Enter. Please enter the second number. Let's keep it easy so it's something that we can figure out in our heads. Make sure everything's right. 10. Press enter. 25 minus 10 equals 15, which is correct. Well, I believe that's going to wrap up today's episode. I mean, that was pretty intuitive, pretty straightforward. I hope everybody understands what's going on. Hey, if you have questions at all throughout the way, you know, if I need to slow down or maybe I need to explain something better, leave that in the comments. Let me know. And in the next video, I will be sure to explain something better. If you don't understand something, please message me. Do not be afraid to ask questions, because the whole point here is to learn. And if you're completely confused, you're not learning. So don't be ashamed. If you don't want to do it, you know, in the comments, I will, let's see, I will link my Twitter in the bottom, and it's actually the Twitter for my gaming channel, but I will link that in the description, and that way you can discreetly, you know, if you're embarrassed or ashamed, you don't want to say you don't understand what's going on, you can just direct message me on Twitter and I will answer you there. But I hope everybody's getting the grasp of this. In the next episode, we're probably going to make a calculator. We're going to learn about functions, and we're going to make a calculator, a completely working calculator. And we'll try to keep that simple, but I believe that'd be the next thing we do. So before you start the next episode, play around with this. Make sure you understand what's going on. The only thing I really introduced here is the math. Everything else we've already been working on. You know, if you need to jump back a couple episodes or, you know, whatever, just before you start the next episode, make sure you fully grasp what's going on here. And like I said, don't be afraid to ask questions. But that's going to be all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Lesson 4.